Hey, welcome back to the vlog. Now, today's gonna be a teacher chat vlog, classroom only style. So, wait a minute. Should I have a sweet intro for this type of vlog so you know what it is? Okay. All right. I would say, yeah, good week. No, hang on. I'm eating a mint, and I feel like it's distracting. Almost. Here's the deal. Here's what I've been working on, really focusing on and concentrating on, is having as much controlled student choice as possible. There are two large blocks of my day that are about an hour, a little bit longer, guided reading, guided math. Well, guided reading and guided math. And that's when I do my small group instruction. When my students are not with me doing their small group instruction work, they are choosing something else to do. Now, the idea with student choice, it's all about perceived control. Now, if you're a parent, you would not tell your child, you can wear whatever you want today, go get dressed. You would maybe rather say, you can wear the red one or the blue one. Perceived control. You are giving them a choice from a predetermined amount of choices. That's what I also do. Let's just walk around the room and let me show you. All right, now, if you can see, I've got computers for days. Got 2 right here, got 6 back there, got 5 over here. Most kids want to do computers, so that takes care of a lot of friends. Most of the students will just be on a computer doing their work, and that makes it a lot easier. Now we got the writing station right here. They may write at any time during either guided reading or guided math. We got some blank paper. Sometimes I'll have some fun paper in here, pencils, crayons, dictionaries. Some of them kind of use them. They can always write. Library. They can always choose a book off the library shelf. Also, right here is housed their math workbooks. During math time, they can always get their own math workbook and turn to the pink sticky note, and they can complete a math workbook page if they so desire. And then at each table, I will have one for guided math. I'll have 4 of these set out, and for guided reading, I'll have 4 of these set out. Now, students will not gravitate towards the work when they are able to do what they perceive to be playing. Even though the computers are not playing, they're on educational resources or educational websites. So here's how I'll do it. I'll call the green team to work with me. So green team will come into my guided reading table, we'll do our lesson, and I'll say, okay, now, before you go and pick your own center, I would like all of you to go to the yellow table and do the center found at the yellow table, put it in your workbox when you're done, and then you may choose. Or some days I'll give them a choice. I'll say, wow, there's 4 centers to choose from at the tables. Pick one of them, or sometimes I'll say pick 2 of them, and they have the choice to what they do before they go and just go on a computer or just go write or read. So they have the ability to decide. It's perceived control. I don't say do whatever you want. They're able to control that part. So it's been working relatively well. I have some students who they really want to do computers, so they can get frustrated when I'm asking them to do something else, but I try to reiterate to them that if you want to do computers, you got to get your work done first. And they'll say, oh, but all the computers are full, you know, there's people on computers already. Well, I'll say, okay, yes, you're right, but in a minute, I'm going to call their group, and they'll have to get off computers. So by the time you get done with your work, there'll be a computer available for you. So it's all about reasoning with them and helping them understand why I'm doing the way I'm doing it, and sort of reminding them that we used to do it in a way where I said, all right, blue team, you have to do this, and then this. And we all agreed that they didn't like that as much. So it's just really having that conversation with them and helping them to see this is for their own good, and this is better for them in the long run. And you know, the thing about it is too, like I've been having a lot of difficult behaviors in my classroom, but I am choosing to, it's like so ridiculous that it's almost comical, and I am treating it as such. So, I mean, I'm starting to kind of have a little bit of fun with it. Little things like, I don't know, just the way that I interact with students, especially when they're getting upset. And it's like more of a, really, dude? You're gonna be like that? Just like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to help them see that they're being ridiculous. I don't know, but it's every year you're gonna have your troubles. Every year you're gonna have challenges. And what was really great is one of my students who's chronically not on a good color was really good today. So I really want to build on that success. I kind of lost my mind a little bit at the end of the day in a good way over the fact that he was on red, which is the highest color. I just showered him with rewards and praises and said how proud of him I was. And I'm really hoping that on Monday I can come back to that and say, hey, remember on Friday what happened? And then kind of play off of that. Because he was starting to be one of those students that I think started to see himself as a bad kid because he was always in trouble. So if I can flip him, then that'll go a huge way from the classroom community and the climate. So super excited about that. But also what I'm super excited about is I got some resources to unbox that came in the mail today. So let me show you what I got. Let me show you what I'm working with. All right, so great for hallway practice, Subitizing cards. What's awesome is they're in a 10 frame already. So 1, 2, 12, 13, 14. So having them see them in 10 and 20 frames, do they even go? Oh, snap. It even goes up to 40. Oh, snap. Is that 50? Oh, man. And it has a number on the back. Hallway procedure, bathroom procedure, random times. I'm super excited about this. Subitizing is legit. I also ordered this 100 activity mats. I don't know how big it is, but it comes with these rollable dice. And then the kids they roll the dice, the 2 dice or the 1 die, and then they have to find the number with these little finders. I am excited to have this as a center, a workstation during guided math time. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do it with them the first day so they can see the appropriate way to roll the dice. I have a whole lesson on how to roll dice. You gotta teach them, otherwise you know how it's gonna go. And then the last one, yeah, magnetic base 10, so we can work with the base 10 building. We can work with base 10 building on the whiteboard. We can throw these bad boys up. They can build numbers, teen numbers. We can go all the way to hundreds. I am super excited about this as well. I am such a nerd when it comes to resources, but here's the thing. I got to keep them simple. You go to a store like Lakeshore or something, and you see all these colorful, cute things, and then you realize, wow, this doesn't really do what I want it to do. This right here, boom, perfect. This, boom, perfect. These Subitizing cards, boom, perfect. Very simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right, back more to some of the student choice I was talking about. I had received a question in one of the comments from a subscriber, and he was talking, and he asked me if I have any troubles with students choosing their own centers and the choice aspect of it. I'll put it to you like this. When kids are used to limits and then all of a sudden they have no limits, it's gonna be a growing pain because, oh my gosh, I can do whatever I want. But eventually, when they're used to not having limits anymore, kids will gravitate towards things that they like doing, and it won't be such an exciting thing anymore. It'll just be what you do. So at the beginning, yeah, I had most of my students rush right to a computer. Or during the beginning of this time when I first rolled out student choice, I would actually have Legos out. That way there's, one thing that they could do that they already know how to do. They already know how to play with Legos. Plus, Legos has some research-based mathematical thinking, critical thinking stuff to it. So I figured, hey, they can do Legos if they want. So, of course, you'd have some of the boys go right to Legos, right? But as time goes on, they'll get used to it, and Legos won't be so cool anymore. So they'll do computer. And it goes in stages. For a while, I had a lot of kids like to write. Oh my gosh, I can have a piece of paper and I can do whatever I want on it. I can write whatever I want. And once I told them that in order for it to count, it has to have a sentence, and then less kids started writing. But I want to show you what they do with their work. So when they're done with their work, they put it in here in their work box. And at the end of the day, I collect it and so on and so forth. Each kid has their own work box. And I will set a limit for them. I'll let them know, their group or whatever. Okay, by the end of the day, I want you to have X amount of work in the work box. And I will have I'll definitely have enough centers for them to do. So they're always keeping track of their own work. It helps keep them accountable. So midway through my guided reading lesson, I might say, all right, everybody, can I have your attention, please? It's about halfway through our guided reading period. If you do not have X amount of work done in your work box, now would be a good time to maybe get started on it. And you'll see a couple kids start to gravitate towards those centers and work on it. But remember that after I'm done at this table with my lesson, I'll say, all right, green group, very good with your lesson today. Before you go pick your own center, would you please go to the blue table and complete the center you found there and put it in your work box? If you have any questions, let me know. Something like that. So they are with me for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then they're at a center for 5 to 10 minutes, however long it takes them. It's close to half the time they are really structured. And then the rest of the time, they're able to choose on their own. So there's no kid that's just walking around for an hour. It's structure. And I have a reason. I pulled the highest group first to get it out of the way. Because I can just send them to this table here and they'll just sit quiet. If I try to send my struggling kids here first, they'll start pinching each other and who knows what else. So I have a reason for who I call and when and why. But it's a really good system. There's not a lot of misbehavior going on because what are they gonna do? How are you gonna misbehave when you can choose what you want, right? So I mean, it's been going pretty well. Like I said earlier, the one thing that is a trouble sometimes is when a kid is really wanting to do computers, and they don't want to get off. So, for example, here's where that flexibility comes in. Today I had a group. My yellow group was on computers. Most of them were. And I really needed to work with them. But I noticed how engaged they were on computers. And I was like, I am not going to pull them away right now. They're so engaged. So I called the red group instead and went back to the yellow group. And I gave yellow group a message. I said, all right, yellow group, beware, I'm going to call you in about 10 minutes. Just to give them a heads up. Because the worst thing you can do is, hey, you're done. When a kid's on doing something, all right, you're done, stop. What? What do you mean? So you'll get a lot of pushback if you're just like, all right, time's up. So giving little time warnings and reminders and that sort of thing goes a long way. But really, you just gotta look around and see who's engaged. As far as small groups go, that's kind of where I'm at. Student choice it's something I've started this year. I've never done before, and overall, it can work. I'm doing it in kindergarten, so if I can do it in kindergarten, you can do it in your grade. It's possible, but it's that perceived control. There's only a select amount of things that they can do, making sure that there's enough things for everyone to do, and make sure that there's enough desirable choices that you don't have everybody trying to go to one thing. So work with what you got, guys. It's possible. It's possible, and small group instruction, in my opinion, is the most effective way to teach. So if you can try and work that in, now's a good time of year to play around a little bit. I know a lot of you are trying to cram for standardized tests, and a really effective way to get them ready for those is to teach them in small groups because you're teaching students that are the same level. So really, guys, think about it because it's going to go a long way. Think about maybe how you can incorporate small groups into your daily instruction. I am uploading this teaching tip video, and it's like lightning fast. Every time I upload here at school, it makes me upset because it reminds me of how butts my internet is at home. And so it's just logistically, I can't do it here all the time. So it is what it is. But I forgot to say something about my guided reading. I started doing it immediately after breakfast. So they get here at 7:45, they get in the classroom, they're eating by about 7:55. And I just have them, as soon as you're done eating your breakfast, throw away your trash. Because we have free breakfast, we eat it in the classroom. So it's kind of it's one more thing to have to do, but it's nice. It's a nice program. Anyway, when kids are done eating, they throw away their breakfast and they go straight to work. They can pick a computer right away, or they can start their work right away. And it's a bit of an incentive. It's kind of an incentive because, if I hurry up and eat, I can go on my computer that I want to go on. Otherwise, kids will just drag it out forever, and it's really nice because then I'm not dealing with 24 kids at once. Straight away in the morning, I have about 4 or 5 kids that they eat breakfast at home. So they come right in, they put their stuff away, and they go right to work. And it thins out the herd a little bit, if you will. and it gives them again a bit more control. If I want to take the full 15 minutes of breakfast time that's allotted, I can. Or I can hurry up and eat and get started on a computer. It's really interesting to see what students do what and why, but yeah, it's kind of a good way to do it. And the last thing I'm going to share with you guys today is I've been really hitting hard sharing student data with them, and at this time of the year, they're really starting to eat it up a lot. I'm just going to show with you real quick a couple ways I've been doing that. Come with me. This right here is my chart for iRead. It's a computer program that we're working on, and level 18 is the end of the year goal. When they get to level 18, they have a pizza party. Their login information is in one of these pockets with a number on it, so they know what level they're on. And the rest of the class can also see how many people are on what level and so on and so forth. And they get really excited when they can move their level. I also punch a hole in their card for each level they're on too. It helps me remember what level they're on at all times. Every time we get an award for our TBT cycle, I put it up here, so they really get... Last time I got the silver award, I tell them, come on guys, we can get gold, so they're excited to try to get gold the next time. And then right here is some math data. Each one of these numbers corresponds with one of the standards for kindergarten, and every time they complete a work page that corresponds to that standard, we put it up in here, and this is how I track their data as far as that's concerned. They get to put their own sticker on when they've mastered that skill, and they're in love with this system right now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's going to do it for me today. I have got to get home. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I hope you guys had a great week. Use this weekend to refresh and reflect. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a fresh new vlog. Tomorrow's going to be very exciting. I have a surprise coming, something in the mail I've been waiting for since December. Been saving up for it for a very long time. It's coming in the mail tomorrow. I'll show you all about it tomorrow. Have a great weekend, guys. Find your gift, share it with the world, and you are worth it. See you tomorrow.